pull off there that I wanted to pull off, and I was going to hike in there with Zoe. And as we were crossing the bridge, so the truck came and pulled off in that spot that I was going to pull off at. And there's no other spots to pull off because of the snow plow. Both sides of the road are, you know, boom, like that. It's just, you don't want to just pull off on the road when it's that narrow, and you got to leave room for the vehicle. So I crossed the bridge and I went right past him and pulled off and started backing up a little bit for a second to kind of get off the road because I was still going to walk in. Then I look in my rearview mirror and there's this huge semi truck with an oversized load and hauling a backhoe right behind me, so I was kind of forced. I had to drive a mile up the road till there was like a pull off where he could pass me. So by then I decided, you know what, we're gonna keep going. So I made it to the sledding hill and parked, and there was a car there. This guy, you know, hanging out. And if you ever see somebody that is like suspicious or guilty of something and they're trying to act normal, that's kind of like what I felt like he was doing. It's kind of strange. He was like almost like he locked himself out of the car or something, but he didn't, and he was just kind of hanging out there. And then he kind of walked back in the woods as I was, you know, as I was on the other side of my Jeep getting stuff ready to take Zoe on a walk. And then I heard a gunshot, so I quickly hopped back in the Jeep and decided that wasn't the area I wanted to take Zoe for a walk. And so we drove up a few more miles, found this nice little ridge to hike up, and made it about halfway up, and the snow was well over 2 feet deep. And every other step, you'd fall in, you'd go all the way down and sink in, all the way up past my knees in the snow. So that was fun but difficult for me and Zoe. So we turned around, headed back down, and that's kind of how our adventure's going. It is beautiful out though. The sun's shining and a nice day. I wanted to do some survival stuff, but it's just been one of those days where it hasn't worked out, and that's okay. I'm gonna go home and marinate some chicken and do some grilling, and at least I got to take Zoe out. So we'll see. We'll have another adventure here and do something fun. Too deep. Go. Oh, yes. Oh, oh shit. Come on, Zoe. Come here. Come here, Zoe. This way. Zoe. Come here. Let's go. We're going home. Come on. Zoe, come. Whew. Jeep. Go back to the Jeep. Whew. It's a workout. I'll tell you what. The snow's going up to my knees, and Very difficult. I just went on a little hike up there. Snow was up to my knees, and you stay on top of it, and then every other step you'd fall through. And it's a good little hike. So we're gonna keep going up the road and see if we can find a better place to check out. So just out and about today, checking out some new areas and enjoying the sun. There's a lot of old homesteads out here, just like that one, and it's pretty cool. Many of them have been here for over 100 years. Those old homesteads are pretty neat to explore. There's a lot of them on private property, but if you know the right person, or you know somebody who knows somebody, and you can get permission to go there and do some exploring and check them out, and they're pretty cool. So maybe one of these days I'll have to get out there on an adventure and go do some exploring, and we'll check out some of those homesteads, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But they're literally all through here. They're pretty cool. Too much mud flinging in the window. I guess it doesn't matter at this point. I got a lot of cleaning to do, but it's a good thing I didn't wash the Jeep, because it would have been pointless after this adventure. So I'm kind of waiting until it warms up a little at the right time. But right here, Forest Road, to my left here, we've got the Forest Saloon. Really cool old saloon out here in the middle of nowhere. It's opened certain days of the week. You can come out there. The cool thing is right here, last summer when we had all the major forest fires and whatnot, they set up this whole spot here for the firefighters, and it was like a drop camp, and for all the wildland firefighters and smoke jumpers, and they would camp out here and go fight the fire. And the fire that came up the side of Hoover Point, the whole side of the ridge and whatnot, they stopped it. Like literally, when it got to the top, they saved so much forest, and they did one heck of a job. I thought was pretty cool. But the first time we came out here, their whole camp was set up back there. Haven't been in that saloon yet. One of these days we'll check it out. But This is one of the worst winters they've seen in, 25 years up here in Winchester with the snow. So, making it through it. And knock on wood, the Jeep is running good. The only thing left I gotta fix really is the exhaust leak that I got. And that's gonna be probably next week or something. I gotta get that diagnosed and see where it's leaking from and fix it. Alright, so the S-Pod system here, it's not working. I can't get any power up there to the overhead switches. I've tried pulling the low voltage circuit fuse. Doesn't fix anything, just not getting any power out, running or not, anything. So we're gonna bypass this. I have my own wiring harness here. I got another one, and so I'm gonna set up my own switches and get these lights working. I know that's brand new, so that one's gonna work. These ones here, I'm gonna use some jumper cables and try and see at least if they work, and if they do, then I'll get them rolling. So that's the plan today. And we gotta head into town and do some errands. So here we go. So, got back from our adventure today. Marinating some chicken, Filipino style, and grilling it in the barbecue. So peaceful and quiet today. That sunset and the twilight sky. We really loved the Game of Thrones series. In fact, we bought the whole series and watched it over a period of 3 months, and even set it up on our big screen in the backyard pre-summer. So I just got signed up for Netflix, first time in years, and just kind of trying to find something that is decent, that's kind of like it. I don't know if there ever will be. Started watching The Witcher. I don't know, it's different, but I'm on the 3rd episode and it's kept me a little bit intrigued. If there's any other good shows out there like Game of Thrones, let me know, because one of our plans is this summer, we're gonna head out, we're gonna mob out to Hoover Point. Whoever wants to go, it's got a 4-wheel drive, and I'll set up my big screen and put in some Game of Thrones or something like that right at sunset, and just have the most epic overland camp out experience. So thank you, everybody. Thank you guys for subscribing, following along, and we'll see you on the next one.